So if I've got a really big sway back here, a lot of work going on, are my shoulders free to do all those planes of movement? No. Huh? Huh? But again, it's the difference in how you do the sway back. Because if I'm shortening in my sway back, do you know what I mean? The muscles are working. That stops me. But you see those African women who've got those huge lordoses. But there's a softness. They're not gripping there. So they've still got all of this. And that's the thing to get your heads around. It's not the shape. It's what are the muscles doing around it. I think it must be genetic to some extent. It has to be, I would assume. They've got huge, but doesn't it make, hang on, I just need to give Karen this. But you think about it. If I can softly extend, which means I have to be able to lengthen my belly, of course you feel walk. You're going to have a massive butt.
It's going to go up.
Your glutes are just in position to, no?
That's why it goes to the muscles really lie down.
It's usually the big muscles have been releasing their work. So when I'm lying and I feel I get more even, and it's the big muscles giving up that's allowing those little muscles to actually come in and do something. And that's why often you'll see, you know, if I'm really used to holding my back muscles a lot, and I lie down and it's like my muscles are sort of going, because they're not used to being that length. They're not used to being able to lengthen and change their shape. Okay, Karen, could you do, after all of that, a little 12 to 6 tilt of your pelvis? So we were looking at this yesterday. Now, there's not much of Karen that's not involved in that after doing that lesson. Can you feel that, Karen? Yeah. Shoulders are doing something. Yeah. Hips, knees, back. Yeah. It's really beautiful. Yeah. Can you put your legs long, Karen? And do the same movement. And you can see, so this is an orientation for Karen, that it's not yet as clear for her how to still find all these. So I know there's bigger muscles working here that are stopping this movement being able to just sort of flow through her system. No?
Yeah, I think I'm confused. Do I go like that way? Do I make it go like that
But
way?
you didn't even have to think that when you had your legs up.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. When she had her legs up, she didn't have to think about where's my curve meant to be going, or because she just had this global attention to her movement. No? So what about if we get them halfway? There. That's still much easier than with her legs long. Yeah? Would you? Easier when her legs were bent, but that's still, would you all agree that that's still much easier? Okay, so we need a roller under your knees, Karen. Pretty big one. That'd be great, thanks. Ben? So we're setting this up because this is about starting to push through the foot. So we want you to feel that you've got someone in a position where that flow is already easy. And you could really see for Karen. So I can feel with the leg, yeah, the hips are nice and free. Even look how it goes through her. It's lovely. Okay. So Karen, are you okay lying there just for a second? I'm just going to get the skeleton. As long as he's got one leg, it'll do. So why would I push through someone's foot? You see me do it a lot. You see most practitioners do it a lot. Why would we be pushing through the leg? For standing. Well, again, it depends where the foot is. No? Depends what I'm doing. I might be simply looking for up, down. So if I'm going to make a standing, so first of all I have to find where it's light. Yeah, because we know just from when you got up then you all felt lighter, so we know that's when the skeleton is going to be able to transmit the force a little bit more easily. So a standing foot, would that be a standing foot? It might be if I stand with my feet out to the side all the time. Yeah, that might be a standing. No? That might be a standing foot. Yeah? Usually what we're going to be heading for is that. With this at a 90-degree angle to be making. But just to be aware that there's many, just look at the person you're going to work with, just where's their, or just where, how do they stand? Where's the weight on their foot? No. So I found the lightness first. So let's get, so we've got Karen up high. So obviously I've got to find, again, the lightness. And the first thing I have to find is her hip. Just as I did where it's light. So you could say this is, how could this be a standing leg? This would be Karen going. No? So it isn't really a standing leg, but I'm going to evoke a standing leg response. So we get to here. I'm just seeing, I can't get, so I'm just going to stay out there with Karen. Because I can just feel she's not ready. See how it's all her knee that's twisting there? Yeah? And then, so easiest way to start is you've got the heel in one hand. You're then going to use this one to come around and cup the foot. So if I was on the skeleton, I'd have the heel, and I'm using this around here. This is just getting a really secure position for the foot to be in. It's like putting it in a shoe that's got lots of support in it. No? You're just going to play with it. No? So for Karen there and there. No? There. So if her leg's a little bit lower, not up there, that's easier to get a standing foot. No? So what am I looking for? Because it's not really in a standing foot, what I'm going to do is exactly what I asked Madhavi to do before. When she was pushing into my hand. Huh? I remember I said to her, as she pushes, could she get a little taller? Could Madhavi get a little bit taller? Oh, so I'm getting just a little bit tall. So I'm not, don't want you doing that yet. Huh? All you're doing is saying, can I find this person's foot just, and let it go, there. Let it go, let it go. And I'm just going to imagine I'm pushing into a wall. That's all I'm doing. to feel that I'm staying long and I am not, yeah, so I'm staying on, my base of support is staying where I'm not going forward. I'm not going forward. I'm simply on my base of support and feeling. Yeah, have a go. Just have a stand and see how that feels on your leg now. On one leg compared to the other. It's really different. Can you feel? Can you feel how much softer your knee is? No, that gives. That's just doing this. Huh? What's this? This is your knee. Go on, no, stand. There's your knee. That's your knee. That's your knee. This is your hip. You're turning. Just work out, will they be better with a roller under their legs? So you start with them legs long, and they're doing the 12 to 6, so their legs bent 12 to 6. Their knees bent a little bit, 12 to 6, and you're just seeing what makes it easiest. What makes it easiest? Oh, it doesn't matter. So just we did yesterday, knees bent a lot, knees bent a little bit, and legs long. No, you're just seeing what's the easiest for you to see this transmission of movement through them. Yeah, you will be, but this is deciding whether you want to roll under their knees or you want it with their legs long. Yeah? So this is purely for you to decide, do I want nothing under their knees, or do I want something under their knees? What allows this transmission of force easiest? Huh?
Transmission from the foot to the head.
Yeah, so just look at the curves that are happening, and now do it with long leg Shona. Yeah, it's not as easy. Can you feel you're efforting more to do that? No, so I'd have to do lots. We're going to add more and more components to this. Because as soon as you're not feeling your ground, you're moving forward. Can you feel? Yeah? You haven't got that nice stable. Finish for the day? Just so that you both have a chance to feel it when you've done all of that ATM. After all that ATM, it should be pretty easy.
Yes. And it's like, whoa.
But that's what I want you to feel. That's what it should feel like. So you know what it's like, what that evokes in you.